Hey there, this is Wesley Smith with EclipseLocal.com, and I just wanted to put this quick video together for you to tell you how it can help you with your website, your web presence, and getting more leads on the internet. You're probably wondering, who is this guy and why is he emailing me? I'm actually a web and SEO expert here in Gwinnett, and I'm looking to help one more tree company, tree service, tree removal, whatever that is that you provide. And I think it's, tree services, tree removal, stump removal, things like that. And I just wanted to send this video to you to show you what I can do to help your business grow on the internet and get more leads coming in off of your website. So the first thing I did was I looked at your website and I wanted to make sure it was mobile responsive. So the first thing first, in 2015, Google changed all of its rules on basically mobile responsiveness. So if your website is not mobile responsive, Google penalizes you on the search results because about 60 to 70% of all online searches these days is from a mobile friendly either tablet or from a smartphone. So it needs to be mobile responsive whenever you do a search. And the way you find out if it is or it isn't is basically like this. So if I go here and I minimize the screen and then I move it like this, your site should be responsive to these moves. And that means you can view it better on the tablet or on the smartphone. And what happens is if it's mobile responsive, it actually resizes when you do these types of things. And I'll show you one that is mobile responsive. My website here for web consulting, EclipseLocal.com, if you go and do the same thing with mine, it will move and respond to that smaller screen. See how that works? It goes like that. So if it's mobile responsive, you still will get picked up in the search results with Google. They don't penalize mobile responsive websites. So that's the first thing I noticed, is that your website's not mobile responsive, and that's kind of a problem with ranking and boosting up your search results and people finding you on the internet for tree removal, tree service Lawrenceville, or tree service Atlanta, what have you. And so I can build you a new website for a very reasonable price. I can use the pictures that you already have. I can have the same tabs that you already have, and just kind of refresh the site, make sure it's mobile friendly, mobile responsive. And that's first things, because you have to have that if you want to boost your rankings on the internet and get more business that way. That's the first thing. You got to have a mobile responsive website. Secondly, content. So what you want is to have a good bit of authoritative content on your website. And I noticed here you only have maybe, I don't know, maybe 80 to 100 words on your home page. And that needs to be at least 500 to 700 words on your home page, because what happens is when you do a search on the internet, usually the first result that you see is going to be Wikipedia. And the reason why Wikipedia pops up first is because they're the most authoritative website, content provider on the internet. So anytime you do any search, Wikipedia usually pops up the first result. And that's kind of the same thing with local business websites. Whoever has the most content on their website usually generally gets a kick ahead of the rest of the people that don't have any words on their page, or not many. So good content is number two. Definitely want a lot more content on your homepage here, and we can do that for you. We can do the content for the new website that's mobile responsive. And then the other thing is the title of your website. So when I hover over your website here, this lets Google know what you do and where to place you when people do searches for tree removal, tree trimming, tree service. And I noticed it just has your business name, which is Arroyo Tree Services, Atlanta, Georgia. So what I would probably do is put, Arroyo Tree Services, tree removal, stump removal, tree trimming, Lawrenceville, Georgia. That way you pop up for more local results here in Lawrenceville. That'll just help you kind of be more responsible on that side. The rest of it is services. You've got all your services listed here. Looks fine. Looks good. I mean, you've got everything here that you do, and that's just fine. So that part is okay. Maybe a little bit more content, for each one of these service pages. And again, the new mobile responsive site that we could potentially do for you would have each one of these same tabs on there. You could have emergency of storm damage, tree trimming and removal, heavy equipment, demolition and clearing, stump grinding and mulching. I could have all of that on the new website as well. And I could send you a few examples of some sites that I've recently done, so you could take a look at those. And then basically I just came over here and did a search for you, just to see where you land when somebody does a search. And so I did tree service Lawrenceville, Georgia, and you see there's 137,000 results that pop up. And here's the maps section. This map section is very, very important that you show up here these days, because a lot of people are basically looking at the local results, and the maps are a big part of that. And when they look here, they basically go in and then they just press, call, either website or directions, or they just press this phone button and call. And this is if it's from a mobile device. So you want to be mobile responsive, of course, because when they click on your website, they want to be able to navigate around, and you want a clickable phone number on your website. So it's easy for people on their tablets or smartphones to just press the button and boom, it just calls you right up. And we specialize in that too. Our mobile friendly sites will have all those features. But I kept going down here on the maps listing here, and yours, I believe you have one. It's just very low down here. Yeah, there it is, Arroyo Tree Services. And actually, it's pretty nice because you've got 22 reviews on there. So that's great that you're actually doing some reviews. What I would do is I would put a lot more photos in your maps listing, which helps you with ranking your map and Google My Business page listing and bringing that up. The other thing is you want to do a lot of citations of your business name, address, and phone number. And what those online directories do, Google, once you have 50 to 100 of those online directories that cite your business name, address, and phone number, Arroyo Tree Services, the address, and then the phone number. What that does is it helps Google push you above all these other people that have less directory listings. So you want to do a lot of citations of your business name, address, and phone number. And another service that we provide for you, if we get on a monthly plan to help you rank your website here and get more business from your website. So if you, this is the second thing that we would do is get your Google Maps listing optimized. And so that way you would show up in this 3-pack here in the maps. So when people do a search for tree service, tree removal, Lawrenceville, what have you, you'll be in this 3-pack right here. You know, instead of being all the way buried down on the 10th or 12th spot, you'll actually get business from these map listings. About 60 to 70% of the leads that come in are from the Google Maps listings right here. So it's very important that you get right there. And so I kept on scrolling down, and I was looking for Arroyo Tree Services, and I didn't see it. So I kept going. You know, on the first page, you've got a couple different businesses here. You know, you've got Easy Out Tree, Alt Trees, Ryan Tree Service, Cowart's Tree Removal. And so you're not on page 1. And statistics show that about 95% of all the search leads that come in when people do a search and then they call the business owners, it's going to be on that first page of Google. And out of that 95%, about 75, 80% are going to be the top spots, are going to get all those calls. Because people, when they do a search and they call 3 or 4 business owners, they're not really going to call, you know, 10 more. So there's just no reason to keep scrolling down the page and calling people at the bottom or on page 2. So hope that helps you understand it's very important to be on that page 1. And you're really not far away from page 1, so I think I can help you relatively quickly get to page 1 and get more results from your website, get more calls. You're right here. So here's your website on page 2. You're right below treeservicelawrenceville.net. And so you just basically need more backlinks to your website. And that's another thing that we specialize in doing with our SEO marketing program, is building good quality backlinks, which are votes from Google that indicate that your site's better than the next site. So the more backlinks you have, quality backlinks that you have pointed to your website, better off you are with Google. And I have a tool here that I use, and I'll show you real quick. It's called SEMrush, and it's an SEO tool for us SEO nerds, and it tells us exactly what all the competition does. So therefore, we know how to rank your site and do the work necessary for backlinks to get your site ranked, number 1. So it says here that you've got 2 total backlinks, but you've only got 1 referring domain. So you really only have 1 backlink to your website. So your website's only listed on 1 other website. So without getting too technical, a backlink is basically your website listed on another website. Your website that is a clickable link on another website. So another website, you know, lists your business and you talk about trees or something like that, and then they have a clickable link to Arroyo Tree Service. That's a backlink to your site. Just to kind of put it in perspective for you, because I used to not know what that was either, but I've got all the skills necessary now to get websites ranked really quickly. And here's your Tree Service Lawrenceville. So here's where you're ranking for these particular words. So Tree Service Lawrenceville, you're in the 12th position, which is on page 2. And then Tree Services Atlanta, you're on page probably 4 or 5 because you're the 19th spot there. And then Atlanta Tree Service, you're on page 4 or 5 as well, Tree Services in Atlanta. So, you know, I can improve all of these rankings relatively quickly with our backlink and SEO marketing solution. So I'd love to work with you, man, on what we can do to help your business. I think a mobile responsive website is number 1, because without that, Google's not going to rank your website up above the other people that do have mobile responsive websites. So that's number one. That's pretty important. Number two is, you want to have more content on your homepage. So you want more words on your homepage here, which we can definitely do as well with our program. And then I want to change, to help you with your SEO, you want to change the title of your website here from Arroyo Tree Services to maybe Arroyo Tree Services, Atlanta and Lawrenceville Tree Removal, Tree Trimming Service, or something like that. That way you've got the actual city names in your title of your website, and that way you'll get more leads that way, because Google just needs to know where to place you when people do these searches. So that, in addition to the website links that we build back to your site and the maps listing, will definitely catapult your business. You're going to see a lot more revenue coming in online from your website with those changes. So I hope that helps. This is Wesley Smith with EclipseLocal. I'd love to work with you. You can give me a call anytime you want, 678-735-7292, or you can just respond to this email and we can go from there. I'd be more than happy to come out and meet with you, go over what we can do. Thanks a lot. Have a great weekend.